This chapter is dedicated to paper. When I had my clothing company, I hated worrying about things like order fulfillment, sales tax compliance in every single county I was selling into, and the bookkeeping. My circumstances are not unique. Most entrepreneurs are visionaries. They love selling their product and service, but handling all those little details and paperwork, it sucks for them. They hate the nitty-gritty. And you know what? That's perfectly fine, because we just talked about hiring the right people. And no, I don't mean your cousin Samantha, who got a degree in exercise physiology but says that she's good with numbers. There are people who actually love the nitty-gritty. They're great at dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. Find people who know where all the paperwork is, who will keep invoices for every single transaction that you do, who will pay the bills on time, and who will make sure every single contract is signed by both parties and they know where they are. When a buyer comes knocking at your door and presents you with a letter of intent to buy your company, I want you to be ready. So let's get into the details of exactly what kind of paper I'm referring to. And it's 3 things: compliance, contracts, and claims. Compliance is especially critical in the cannabis industry. Companies have to navigate a patchwork of varying local, state, and national laws and regulations that touch almost every single aspect of your business. The 3 key areas for compliance for a cannabis company are tax, regulatory, and human resources. First, you have to hire an experienced CPA who is knowledgeable about IRS Section 280E. Section 280E prohibits a marijuana company from deducting for tax purposes any expenses other than those for the production, processing, and storage of cannabis. If you are not using a CPA qualified in cannabis and you are not compliant with Section 280E, you could end up in a world of financial hurt later. Of course, cannabis companies also have to pay a wide variety of local taxes, cultivation taxes, excise taxes, and the like. These can be very tedious to administer. There are a lot of them, and they have to be filed monthly, unlike your federal taxes, which you do once a year and you're done. Plus, cannabis tax rates and rules change constantly. And this is another reason why you need an accountant who knows what they're doing and they don't play fast and loose with the rules. I've worked on mergers and acquisitions where the acquiring company does their due diligence and finds grave tax errors that materially affect or kill the deal altogether. If you've been collecting or paying taxes incorrectly for a few years, you could potentially owe hundreds of thousands of dollars, and very few buyers are going to be willing to take that on. Second, you have to hire regulatory experts who know all of the ins and outs of licensing requirements, marketing and advertising rules, and product labeling standards. On these requirements, don't try to be cute and have owners in the company who have handshake deals, but who are not reflected on the cap table. Not only will a buyer not accept that kind of structure, if they find out about it, it's going to cause mistrust, and lack of trust will kill your deal. As to marketing and advertising rules and product labeling standards, some companies publish summaries of all the rules and standards in all 50 states and keep those updated. This can be so helpful as you navigate all the complexities. I highly recommend that you have an expert on your team who stays up to date on all of the regulatory requirements and ensures that your business is compliant. On our website, our law firm, Fortis Law Partners, offers the opportunity to purchase our hemp and CBD risk assessment services for fixed monthly fees so that your team does not have to do all of the in-depth state-by-state research themselves. If you're interested, you can go to fortislawpartners.com and you'll find it under the Subscription Services tab. Third, you have to hire employment attorneys and HR compliance experts who can help you decipher all of the varying laws and regulations with respect to your employees and your contractors. These laws seem to change almost daily. Don't rely on outdated employee manuals or forms to get by. A lack of investment in compliance on the front end can cause you a world of hurt and a ton of dollars on the back end. It's just not worth it. In addition to experts in tax, regulatory, and HR, you probably need to hire real estate attorneys, environmental experts, and definitely corporate attorneys. And the list goes on. Just thinking about all of these things can be so overwhelming and downright scary. Good thing you're in the cannabis business and you know how to mellow out. Seriously though, there are people out there like me who love helping their clients ensure compliance in every area of your business so that you can make those representations and warranties and make sure you keep every dollar when you sell your company. In addition to having these strong compliance efforts in place, you will want to make sure that you have contracts covering every aspect of your business. And I don't mean contracts that you've downloaded forms from off the internet or taken from your last company. By the way, that's illegal. Sophisticated legal experts have template contracts that we use for all of our clients. These templates are updated regularly based upon changes in laws or regulations and cases that are decided daily in the courts. And then we customize those contracts for each client's business. If you use an outdated form, you're probably going to miss a critical point that needs to be included, or you could have language that's no longer legal. The saying, if you take shortcuts, you get cut short, is so true when it comes to legal matters. Don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Once you are confident about your legal compliance and your contracts, think about potential claims. Think about all potential claims that could hit once your deal is announced. It's amazing how many people can come out of the woodwork once they find out that you're selling the company or have sold the company for millions of dollars. Do you remember that text that you sent that person who is going to be a co-founder of your company, where you offered them 10% if they did certain work for you? Guess who's going to come calling once they read about your deal in the press? It's like lottery winners who then find out about their long-lost cousins whom they've never talked to or seen. Let your legal team know about any potential claims that could come out of the woodwork so that they can help you think through the options and address them on the front end before your deal is announced, rather than on the back end when you are in the thick of things, or when you've already told people that you sold for millions of dollars and have plenty of money that they can come after. Your experts can help you resolve any potential claims on the best terms in the early stages, and hopefully save you some time and expense, not to mention a lot of headaches on the back end.